So approaching the boxing ring is Zeyad EASHASH of Jordan, making his way to the red corner. His opponent is EMINI of Norway, the 21-year-old making his way to the blue corner. So Nagi Osman of Egypt sends both boxers back to their corners. And we are underway. We move up to the 71-kilogram light middleweight division. This is action from the third preliminary round, the round of 16. And it features boxers from Jordan and Norway. The man wearing red, who is on the front foot, firing away with that backhand, is Zeyad EASHASH. 23 years of age, competing in his third bout here in Belgrade. His opponent is also 21. The man wearing the blue vest is EMINI. Second contest for him, having received a bye in the first preliminary round. And both boxers enjoying comfortable unanimous points decision victories in the round of 32 to progress to this third phase of the tournament here. Zeyad EASHASH with a dominant, hard-hitting display over Edin Sedinovic of Slovenia, man who boxed in the 2015 European Games. As for EMINI, well, he was a unanimous point decision winner over Philip Kolar, where he was very impressive with his movement and fluidity against the southpaw, eliminating Croatia's two-time reigning national champion. Hard right hand driven into the body by EASHASH. And as is his wont, he is on the front foot looking to close the gap, but nice disruptive left jab flicked out by EMINI. Now he's covering up, and his defenses doing a good job keeping him out of harm's way, as EASHASH not able to find a way through the guard. Nice right uppercut with the right hand from EASHASH. So EASHASH forward behind his left jab. That right cross to the body wasn't too far away. Counter right hand to the body from EMINI was right on the mark. And while he's being claimed around the head, EASHASH getting his hands free and working away to the body of his opponent. Both men long with their attempted right hands as we approach 30 seconds to go in this opening round. Good right hand landed by EASHASH. EMINI kept his composure though, dipped at the knees. He's bundled to the canvas there, so no knockdown. EMINI's got to be careful that he's not spoken to about turning his back there. Good mover around the boxing ring, but in trying to escape that pressure being applied by EASHASH, he did turn his back and he's in danger of doing so once again. Spins off the ropes, claims his man and ties him up as the bell sounds to conclude round number one. I happen to think this man did enough to take the first round. EMINI had his moments. Some eye-catching singles landed by the boxer wearing blue, but this man's pressure and greater volume of landed punches, well, he's conceded it on a 4-1 split. So I am surprised at that. I thought EMINI was certainly in the round, but not enough to take it, and certainly not by a 4-1 margin. But there you go. Only Judge 3 preferring the work of EASHASH. So we're going to the second round then. EASHASH marching out behind high-held gloves. But immediately just walked his way into a clinch. Left hook wasn't too far away. There he scores with the right hand to the body. And it was this type of physicality that was employed by EASHASH in his contest in the round of 64. Accidental clash of heads between he and the reigning two-time Olympic champion Ronel Iglesias of Cuba. Beautiful left hook on the back foot by EMINI. And again, he's got to watch that he doesn't turn his back on his opponent. He's been spoken to about that. Is on the resumption. He scores with a left-right to the body of EASHASH. But it was a very physical, aggressive start by EASHASH, which saw the heads of he and Iglesias clash. But his aggressiveness in that first, well, in that only minute and 5 seconds, saw him declared the winner when the contest went to the scorecards after the accidental clash of heads resulted in a significant injury to the right eye as EASHASH gets through with the right hand. And EMINI, while he's being pushed backwards here, he's been manhandled and bullied. And you see him just complaining, and it causes a standing count because that was bad body language coming from the man in blue. I don't think he was hurt by a punch, but distress signals were etched over his face. The referee registered that and issued a count. Right hand is a solid shot, and again, EMINI half turning his back on his opponent. He's going to have to watch that because he's been spoken to about it twice. As EASHASH slams in another right hand to the body, and his marauding tactics are making life very difficult for the Norwegian stylist wearing blue. He's being crowded, he's being hassled, he's being roughed up on the inside, and he's just losing his shape a little bit. There he takes a right uppercut in between all of the mauling being done by the boxer in red. He and his brother box in a very similar vein. And that's the thing about the sport of boxing, sports in general, but boxing in particular. It tells you a lot about a person. When they have an opponent in trouble, how they go about it, but particularly when they're in trouble themselves. How do they respond? Do they have the tools within their arsenal to deal with the difficulty that they're facing? And EMINI, when the pressure's being turned up, not necessarily just of the skill set of the sweet science, but of the rough tactics on the inside, of the shoulder charges, of the clenching. Well, EMINI is not responding by keeping his shape here. He's becoming a little bit ragged, and look at that. He's just giving the impression of a man who is being out-muscled on the inside. Quick glance to the blue corner in the closing seconds of this second round. Did plant his feet and fire back. Now, EASHASH conceded the first round 4-1. I thought he was rather unfortunate in that regard. I would be staggered if it's anything other than EASHASH taking this second round, because EMINI spent a large portion of it just trying to fend off this man's physical pressure. So it's a 4-1 split in favor of the man from Jordan. So two scorecards tied at 19 points apiece. So we go into the third and final round. While the increase in intensity from EASHASH paying dividends, and given the reaction that it brought in the manner Don EMINI went about his work, the question now is whether EASHASH has the energy to sustain it. As we go into the third and final round, this contest in the balance. The first round taken on a 4-1 split by Norway's Don EMINI in blue. The second round taken on a 4-1 split by the boxer in red, and immediately he is out onto the front foot and looking to close the distance on his man. And again, look at when it comes to close quarters. EMINI was looking to the referee there, and he's caught by a right uppercut to result in a second standing count to the contest. He's looking frustrated, but distress signals are flaring off the man like a lighthouse. And he's got to show the referee that he's in there because he is competing, but he's got to show the referee that he is okay. There he pushes the man off, which is illegal, of course. Closing in on a minute gone in the third and final round as EASHASH walks his way back in, and EMINI looking to hold on. Then he tries to fire back with body shots of his own. But the body language from the man in blue isn't good for my money. Steals another glance to his corner. Referee reminding both men that this is boxing, not wrestling, as another left hand gets home. EASHASH was almost southpaw when he landed it, his feet crossing over as he walks his man down relentlessly. And EMINI getting touched up by uppercuts once again, right in the sight line of the referee. EMINI trying to fire back, but he can't find a range with anything significant. Halfway through the third and final round, and EMINI hanging on. His movement, his shape completely deserting him here, as it did for the majority of the second round. Now he's trying to get his boxing going once again, but look how languid that right hook was. And all of these punches being crashed into the body have slowed the man in blue down. He's been broken down to the body. He's been roughed up with physical tactics such as this. EMINI's feet coming off the floor there as he took a shot to the body. Another left jab, right cross, and there's another standing count. The referee could well wave this one off. And EMINI very frustrated indeed. But the body language coming from the man isn't good. Well, he's taken 2 standing counts, or no, he's waved it off. So it comes to an end. Well, what confusion from the referee. What was that all about? Excuse me, how can you send the men back to their corners? A standing count of 8 ended up being a standing count of about 16. As the ref sent the boxers back to their respective corners as though the contest was over. Now it resumes. EMINI's had extra time to recover. He's taken 2 8 counts in this third and final round. A third 8 count in a round results in a bout being stopped. So not clear from the official in that regard. But still, the action resumes. Closing seconds. EMINI, I feel, is going to make it through to the final bell, but he has been rather dominated despite his best efforts in rounds 2 and 3. And after prevailing in a boxing match in the first round, where I thought that EASHASH did enough to take the first round, it was this man who took it on a 4-1 split. Well, EASHASH said, okay, if I'm not going to get it boxing in the manner that I did in round 1, he demonstrated his propensity to brawl. He swarmed forwards with hard-hitting physical attacks with both his gloves, his shoulders, his forearms. And when he applied the rough stuff, well, he posed a question that EMINI didn't know the answer to at this stage of his career. Let's get the official verdict. I feel that it's the man in red who is going through in strong fashion. And there is confirmation of a split decision victory for Zeyad EASHASH of Jordan, eliminating Don EMINI, who exits the ring quickly after being beaten 4-0 after a storming fight back by Zeyad EASHASH after conceding the first round on a 4-1 split. He turned up the pressure, and EMINI, well, he lost his shape, he lost his accuracy, issued with 3 standing counts overall, 2 of them coming in the final round. And given the way he was given extra time to recover as the boxers were sent to the respective corners, a third and decisive standing count could well have been earned by EASHASH, but a very good fight back from him. EMINI, I am sure we're going to see the reigning 4-time national champion of Norway again in AIBA competitions. Very talented individual, but he just could not withstand the unrelenting assaults of the physical variety from Zeyad EASHASH during the course of rounds 2 and 3. It's EASHASH who goes through to the quarterfinals.